Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Ford just made an epic mistake. Or did they? I hope that this video goes viral, and honestly, this is a move, a patent that they just pulled very quietly that is going to infringe on your rights to privacy. And I hope that something like this information would get out to stop companies from doing this. But it hasn't stopped Ford so much, and I want to go over this story because I think it's incredibly important. It's out of Zero Hedge. It says Ford files patent for system to automatically snitch on speeders. And as we go through this story, I want you to think about, where does this end? Where does it stop? Because this technology can snitch on all kinds of things. It says here, Ford has filed a new patent called Systems and Methods for Detecting Speeding Violations that reveals the company is looking at ways to automatically snitch on speeding drivers, a new report from Tech Radar shows. It says Ford's patent filing with the USPTO details a system using vehicles' cameras and sensors to detect speeding motorists and report them to the authorities. Now, I don't know about how you feel, but I think it's absolutely disgusting that cars in the future could be turning around and snitching on you. And it's not because it's coming from a safety situation. 26 years as a firefighter, I've seen horrible things happen to innocent people because of speeders and reckless driving. Don't get me wrong. I think that should be dealt with. However, I do not think that this technology is going to be just used for that. And I think that it is going to move in so many different ways. I quite frankly think that technology like that could be used to record what's going on inside of the car. Conversations you're having, and ultimately, things like that being sent over to the authorities. You know, there was a day where we'd watch movies about crimes that were being committed in the future, and you'd be arrested today, right? Because of something that could happen. And that kind of technology is out there, and there are actual governments that are talking about doing that. Now, it says the basic sketches and flowcharts illustrate how this technology senses speeding violations, activates cameras to capture images, and transmits data to nearby pursuit vehicles or logs it to a server. The captured data, including speed GPS locations and clear imagery or video, then can be sent to authorities for personal actions. Now look, we're an amazing car show right now with cars that do not have that kind of technology. But when is it going to stop at, let's say, the car is calling the authorities? What about your cell phones? Things like that. It seems like every day that goes by, one or more of your rights gets taken away. And at what point do we say enough is enough? You know, we've seen some amazing things happen recently with Bud Light. Companies have gone completely woke, and the American public said, no, screw this, we're not having it. Tractor Supply, John Deere, so many different companies. And just recently, right now at Sturgis, it's being reported that the Harley Davidson tent is completely empty. Why? Because the bikers there don't want to show any support for Harley anymore because of how woke that company's gone. Well, companies like Ford need to have some pushback where you get to a point where people say, hey, we don't like what you're doing. We don't want our cars telling on us and calling the authorities, because it's one thing to start with speeding. It's another thing to talk about speaking. And I think that's what's happening here, and people need to wake up to how serious these days are. Now, in closing, I just want to go over, it says here, next-gen AI traffic cameras can now detect mobile phone use, seatbelt violations, and other distractions. Through Ford's patent, they may never be implemented. It highlights growing concerns over surveillance. Drivers are already uneasy about the data shared between car makers and insurers. In Europe, new cars must have intelligent speed assist, which automatically shows the car or alerts the driver to reduce the speed. Soon the cars will be so advanced and the rules will be so heavy-handed and micromanaged that there will be no need for patrolling Fords. You know, the truth is, we're in a moment right now where inflation's creating higher prices for everything. And one of those things are auto insurance. And a lot of people are racing to auto insurance coverage that's cheaper. And one of the ways is saying, hey, plug something into your car and you're giving up your rights because we're gonna track all that data. And if we are finding that you brake too hard at times, you race too fast at times, we're gonna either charge you more for the insurance or we're gonna cancel you. So the question is, at what point do enough Americans stand up and go, no, 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 no. We're not doing this. See, all of these tyrannical things happen in like these little micro bits, and it's always, oh, we're gonna stop this little problem and help a lot of people. But what, it's just like income tax. We're just gonna tax the rich, they said in 1913. Well, do you feel rich? Well, think about it when it comes to your vehicles now. I'm the Economic Ninja, and I'm out.